right, what's happening, everybody? It's Cappuccino with that Family Fitness and Life podcast. Now, this beautiful woman right here, let me tell you guys how I met her. I told y'all just a week or so ago how you come across some great people, right? Her name is Ursula, aka Ursula Styles Me, and she actually styled me for the Stump the Runway Against Sexual Abuse a few weeks ago.
Yes.
This girl was a pleasure to work with, guys. I mean, even just sitting down and having general conversation with her was the bomb. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, she's a stylist. You always want to figure out how someone got into styling, right? Plus, I'm like, it's hard for me to come across stylists that can fit somebody that's plus size.
Full figure.
Yeah, full figure. Yes, I like full figure way better too. You know, I'm like, okay, who are they gonna stick me with? Because I've had issues before with people trying to squeeze me into outfits.
Yes.
But Ursula knew how to get your girl looking nice and right in an outfit that fit really well. And I was like, okay, so how did you have this outfit? And we started talking.
Yes.
We started talking about a whole weight loss journey because I explained to her how I'm always working out. So when it comes down to things like trying on outfits and all that, I get discouraged and all that.
Yes.
And we started bonding a little bit more.
Yes.
So Ursula, tell us more about you.
Okay, so full-time I'm actually an IT engineer, and I've always had a love for fashion and IT. It just so happened right out of high school, my IT career kicked off, so I just ran with it.
Okay.
But I've always had like a little pinky toe in fashion in some way. I used to design clothes, I used to always draw. People are gonna laugh, and I'm showing my age right now, but I used to remember Queen Latifah used to wear those
big hats?
Yeah, so I used to make them out of cereal boxes.
Oh. That's creative, though. That's creative.
I would open up a cereal box and take like an interesting fabric and then put it around the cereal box and make my Queen Latifah hat. So I've always had
a little niche for
infinite love, for fashion. And it wasn't until more recently, in more recent years, that I decided to, you know what, let me just go for it. I've been in IT for 20-something years, and the passion for that has dwindled down. And you know what, I believe in working and living in your passion. So, because it just makes life more fun,
right? Yes.
As opposed to just feeling like you have a job and you just
living
have this
paycheck to paycheck, and you're not happy with making that paycheck.
Yes,
yeah.
And we're at work majority of our life, statistically. So I decided in the latter years that, you know what, I'm gonna just go for it. And then I launched a couple of different fashion businesses, but now it's Ursula Styles Me.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, as far as you becoming that fashionista, that stylist, did you find it hard to dress yourself as well as others? How did that work out?
So that's an interesting journey. So growing up and kind of going into my 20s, let's say, I was always in the gym and always fit and, running around in all these interesting outfits and was super confident in that regard. But, life happens.
Yeah.
9/11 happened, and I was directly affected by 9/11. And lo and behold, some years passed, and I noticed I packed on close to 100 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Of added weight. And in hindsight, or in retrospect, I realized that I was dealing with the tragedy of 9/11, as well as the loss of my dad, who I was very close to, we're a tight-knit family. We were very close to through food. And so with that, I went from, let's say, anywhere between 8-10 to now anywhere between 18 to 22.
Okay.
So I had to learn how to remain stylish.
Yeah,
I didn't believe in looking frumpy. It's a shame, but a lot of
full figure women.
Oh my goodness, a lot of full figure designers don't dress full figure women or know how to cut clothing in a way that doesn't make us look frumpy.
Yes.
Especially women of color, where we have, all this
Curves,
shape going on.
Yeah.
Yes. So we tend to carry weight differently. So I had to get really creative with belts and accessories in order to, because I had my own body image issues at that time, with having gone that heavy, I'll say. I wasn't healthy. There's some women, and I want to say this because there's this huge taboo in our community about what thick means, right? And sometimes that terminology gets misused.
Yes.
And so it went from, I'm thick, right? Because of all the compliments and never having an issue with meeting men and relationships and things like that, to realizing that actually, no, you're unhealthy. The unhealthy part is the part that scared me. It wasn't I can't fit into this, I can't fit into that. That was a separate issue, right? That was a separate struggle. But when I was walking up 5 steps and out of breath, or the cartilage around my heart got inflamed and I couldn't breathe. That's when it got real, right?
Yeah.
It was, she could dress her hind part off, right? She could really dress, for her size. All these innuendos, right?
Yeah.
Where people don't want to cross the line and say,
the wrong sound offensive.
Exactly.
Girl, you look cute for a fat girl, but like, hold up. Yeah.
And people know not to try me.
Exactly.
That's the other part,
Your
too.
face is cute. We've all heard these things. You cute for a big, like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yes.
So, I get exactly what you mean.
Yes. So, having to deal with that element and a society that isn't really accepting of women that are outside of a size 0, which is absolutely absurd, because I would love for your audience to know that the average size in the United States is actually a 12, 14.
That's what I was going to say.
Closer to the 14.
We actually Googled something like that a few weeks ago, because I was saying, I remember years ago, the average size for a woman was about a 14, between 12 and 14.
Yes.
And we Googled it recently, and it says, I think, a 6. I'm like, that's not
true.
Our standard. I'm sorry. We are made differently.
And we can also, you can go into any women's store. What are the 2 sizes that are always gone? A medium, large, or extra large. And now lately it's been the large and the extra large that are typically off the racks before anything comes out. So to me, that's a telling sign of what the true
standard size is.
Yes. When the health issues started, sure, it wasn't diabetes or it wasn't disease related. However, it started to affect my personality. I was depressed a lot.
Okay.
I was making poor choices in friendships, making poor choices in relationships.
Oh, wow.
And I did not, at the time, you don't equate all of that to not being happy with your size.
Yes. They know your size, like, she still looks fly, but deep down inside, they don't know what you're going through.
Exactly, and you never know someone's story. And I think that's important for people to know when they make a decision to make a lifestyle change. So when I want to say there was sort of like an intervention that my family had. They said to me, "We don't like what this weight is doing. If you were big, bold, and bold with it, because there are some women that
who are very confident.
Yes, they're super confident and they carry the weight without any issue.
But with you, it was more of an emotional thing.
Yes,
and
it became it became emotional. It became a stress on my mental as well, and just my overall spirit. And I hadn't realized that. So they came to me and said, you've been, and I had been trying. When I tell you,
we all have those struggles. Yes,
I wanted 10 years. 10 years I was trying to get this extra weight off. So it was a lot of up and down. So I would lose 30, be like, I'm getting it
back, and it gets depressing all over again.
Yes. My mom and one of my sisters approached me with this, and then they asked if I thought about having bariatric surgery. At first, I was insulted. I'm just like,
wait a minute, what are you trying to say?
Right, like, pardon yourself, excuse me. I can, you see that I'm working out, and you see that I'm trying, and this, like that. So, and people have a huge misconception or misperception about what weight loss surgery is, right? They think it's the first thing, because I had the same thought, it's the easy way out.
I was going to say, easy way out, you don't have to work out, I've been trying for so long, I can just get it taken off me, I'm good.
Exactly. Yeah. Let me tell you, I took a year. I researched. I went to group sessions to learn, or consultations. I went into group consultations to learn more about it. I spoke to doctors. I went on forums of people who were considering it, but also people who had actually went through the process. That's how long.
That was some great research then.
Yeah, because I wanted to be sure. Just because my family members, who yes, I'm very close to.
It's like, it's something that you want to say, okay, how will I benefit for it? How would it make me feel afterwards? So,
exactly. And you're cutting your body, right? It's a serious surgery. It's not something to take lightly. So after that, I called up my mom and said, you know what? I'm going to do it. There are different forms. I went with the gastric sleeve. So after the surgery happened, and it's actually now 2 years.
Oh, wow.
August 25th is when I went in. And at my heaviest, I was 247.
Okay.
Now I didn't carry the weight like spilled
right,
over,
yeah,
right?
Carry their
so
weight
no one knew that I was that heavy. They didn't know. People did not know the health struggles I was dealing with. They didn't know the depression I was dealing with. There were times, just to touch on some of the emotional issues I was having at that time, I would get out the shower, catch a glimpse of myself, and start bawling, crying, because I knew it's not like I grew up as a fluffy kid. Right. I'm thinking about where I was and mentally, and the mental space I was in at that time. So it was a lot. It starts mentally. You have to be mentally ready to change your lifestyle, and unless that happens, nothing else will work. And probably along that weight loss journey, I probably wasn't 100% ready to take on the challenges that come with it.
Since 2 years ago now, how much weight have you dropped? Because of course I know you're still working out as well.
So I will be honest, like the first workout I did was the 9/11 Heroes run. Okay. Before that, I hadn't been. My schedule, and this is for me it feels like an excuse that my schedule has been crazy, blah blah blah. But I need to invoke better time management to include exercise as part of my healthy lifestyle. And I actually love working out. But when you know this, Cappuccino, your schedule gets to a point where you're working 23 or 24-hour days, you work out where?
Yeah. My body hurts when I go back to the gym. I'm like, oh God, I feel like a newbie all over again. Yeah.
So it's about that consistency, right? So I have to find it. I do still have challenges with that. And I just want to get to your question. Food was the most important. That is the aspect of your lifestyle that you have to, because it's 80. What I learned is 80 to 90% the kitchen.
Yes,
or what
that's
you
what
eat,
I was taught to. Yeah,
and 20%, 10% working out. Right. So I had to get under control. And what honestly, you won't have a choice if you have surgery
because you're only taking so much.
Exactly. Okay. So you go from, let's say, I was probably eating 2,500 calories.
Whoa!
There were times where I was eating multiple times a day. Okay. Ben and Jerry ice cream and Doritos as my meal. Yeah,
we can't do that no more.
We can't. Nobody should even start doing that.
Maybe if you're pregnant, okay, we'll give you a pass. Yeah.
But I had a long day, let me eat ice cream and potato chips every day. It just wasn't a good look. So what you learn along the journey of if you decide to do weight loss surgery is portion control. You start out with a liquid diet because that's all I know. That's all your body. Well, that's all your body can consume, right? Because you've had your stomach, right? Or your digestive system reprogrammed. So you start out with just liquids, broth, Jello, stuff like that, and then that's where you start to see the drastic loss. Your intake of sugar. I was only intaking 2 grams of sugar for the day, as opposed to maybe 1,000.
So wait, are you to the point now that you're enjoying life at your new weight, eating new foods? Can you still indulge here and there?
I indulge.
Okay.
I do indulge. Yesterday, I had ice cream, but did I have the entire pint of ice cream? No, I had a couple of spoons. I enjoyed it. I put it away. Whereas before, I probably would have ate through that whole bad boy. Right. My entire life, and I'll try not to get emotional, but it does make me emotional because I realize where I was. I've lost. That was your question. So I lost 70-something pounds.
Okay, nice.
And so you initially drop drastically, right?
Yeah.
What I was concerned about, and people are gonna laugh.
The bobblehead.
Yes, I did not want the bobblehead. It's real. And I already have a big head.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, so I'm I do not want a bobblehead. So luckily, because I had been trying so hard and still working out, even at my heaviest weight, the weight came down nicely. I'll say. Thank God. And I think this has to do with genetics. I spoke to some professionals and they said it does have to do with genetics, with the extra skin.
Okay.
When you lose a lot of weight, and usually quickly, for instance, if you're losing 20-something pounds in a month, right?
That's skin.
You worry about. That's where your strength training comes in and things like that.
Okay.
So I didn't have to worry about that, but now I'm noticing, and it could be age, I don't know what it is, or just the process, because it's still a journey that I'm on. I still have my struggle. I want to be brutally honest. There was a period where I told my family not to sell people. I told
They were trying to get used to it yourself.
Right. I just, my mom was ready to, go get a bullhorn on top
Ursula had surgery. You're wait a minute, hold on.
I'm Mom, wait, let me write down just, right down, Ma. Hold on a second. Let me let me deal with what all of this means. It was a lot, but I have to be honest. I had my own personal issues with it too. I didn't want to feel like I cheated myself.
Right.
And that's
but
a
like
shame.
you said, you've worked out, you've tried. I mean,
it's a reset.
Not a cheat, yeah.
And it's not you get the surgery and now you just like hand behind, kick up your feet. You have work to do. That work still comes in not just your physical, but your mental and emotional state. You still have to prepare yourself and be in a space where you are ready to live a healthier lifestyle. You cannot, or I shouldn't say you cannot, you should not want to go back. Right? You should not want to go back to everything that kind of led you up to that decision. And people shouldn't feel ashamed. I lost some friends because they weren't supportive of that direction, right? But that's probably because they didn't know any better. But what I would say to people is your decision, whether it's to go the traditional route of working out and exercise, or if it's your decision to get a reset button and do surgery, it is between you, whatever God you pray to, and your doctor. Because
I said, let me come across some money. Mama's getting something sucked out. I'm just saying.
Exactly. It is your business. It's not, it's not your responsibility, nor is it anyone's business what you decide to do with your body and your lifestyle.
Right.
I am the happiest I have been in over 20 years.
I love it.
And that is what's important to me. Not that I can fit into a smaller size. Not that I no longer squeeze into an airport seat. That yes, those are small things, but it's about my inner soul and how I am with people now that I'm back at this. And it's not 20 years. I'm the happiest in 10 years because my 30s were a mess. Right. Oh,
that's why I had to call this series "Beauty and the Beast" because it takes a lot for. And I'm saying the women because I'm targeting the women with this. It takes a lot for the ladies to be confident, and it's like you go through so much just to be beautiful. When I say beautiful, I don't mean beautiful to everyone else. I mean beautiful to yourself. Because women have self-esteem issues. I know I came from having self-esteem issues, years ago when I was younger, and I was like, you know what? Why should I care anymore? Like you say, it's for you.
It's for you.
Beauty is a beast.
Yes, and we're not exactly in society that welcomes all forms of that beauty, right? So you have those struggles, but so you have to get to a point of what that means for you, right? And if that means that now you feel like you're overweight and you want to do something about it, it's your decision about how you choose to get that weight off in order to get back to the space where you feel like your soul is happy. And people pick up energy, right?
That vibe.
Right. And so I'm seeing the difference between what my family was saying, and they didn't like what the weight was doing to me personally. Like we said, there are some some big
confident ones.
That will bring it to you and can take out anyone that's smaller than them, right? But that wasn't where my confidence lied. So I am the most happy. What's also interesting, and I'll say this for the women who may struggle with their size and relationships with either the opposite sex or same sex, it doesn't matter, where you make better choices.
Hello.
Because you realize you no longer feel like certain people are outside of your reach, right? Because of your size or because of your self-confidence issues. You deal, and I will say, these are things that you should deal with first, along with your journey, and then it all comes together.
Ursula from Ursula Styles Me. Of course, we're going to have the information along with this video as well. Thank you for stopping by and sharing your story.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you allowed me to share, and I hope that it'll
help somebody else.
Yes, that's the real reason why I decided to make it public. It's no longer, I don't have to feel like it's a secret, and I hope that it inspires and motivates people, especially young women out there, to make better choices and to improve their lifestyle.
Yeah, my girl Ursula, look out for more of her work, and hopefully I'll be styled from her real soon too. Y'all keep it locked in right here, and thank you guys once again for joining this podcast.
Thank you.